The story is told of a 5-year-old named Kyle who was asked by his teacher to be the representative of their class at the parent-teachers conference, and that he would recite by memory the Lord is my shepherd psalm. So Kyle practiced and he worked at it and he tried his best to get it down, and finally he was ready and he stood up and he said, "The Lord is my shepherd." And then his mind went blank. And he just couldn't believe it. And then he started out again, "The Lord is my shepherd." And once again, completely blank. The parents were getting nervous. The teachers were upset. And he finally blurted out, "The Lord is my shepherd. And that's all I need to know." And he sat down with great applause. The Lord is my shepherd. That's the theme of the liturgies of this weekend. Let's look at the analogy of a shepherd. What is a shepherd? It's one who, well, loves us unconditionally, does not judge us, remembers our name, which we all like, and watches over us and guides us. Huh? And in so doing, this shepherd becomes another glimpse of God. A glimpse sometimes is all we need to keep us going. A glimpse, a reminder. This gospel is not a coddling gospel that just says, whatever you do, God will love you. It's true, but there's also a challenge there. The challenge is to realize and accept our true identity. What's our identity? It's to be one who is a shepherd who knows how to lay down one's life for others. It's a common vocation of all parents, and in fact of all of us, okay? In the gospel, Jesus mentions 5 times the importance of laying down one's life. How do we do this? We do this by caring for the shepherdless, those who have been lost on the way, those who perhaps did not have mature mothers and fathers and became rudderless. Our challenge is to notice them, to be aware of them, and to recognize in doing this that this is our vocation, to lay down our lives for those in need. I'm aware of the great example of this, and the example of Father Greg Boyle, a Jesuit priest who many years ago started the Homeboy Industries in Los Angeles for gang members living on the street who were truly rudderless, lost. And he started showing them how to do skills and get jobs and get out of the addiction of drugs. Tremendous. It's become one of the world's #1 gang intervention program, and it's admired by all. I met Father Greg Boyle several years ago and near the Lake Shore, where he was given a talk, and I spoke with him afterwards, and we realized that we were in Boston around the same time in the 80s and 90s. And he said, yes, he had heard of me, and I'd certainly heard of him. And I started my own gang intervention program. It didn't turn out to be that successful, okay? But I did it because I noticed, I saw the rudderless, lost gang members all around. Friends, we have built-in opportunities to be shepherds, to lay down our lives. Just think of the many ways of caring for children, elderly parents, spouses. It's not flashy, but it's real, costly, and priceless. For me, prison ministry has been one of those means of shepherding. I've been involved in prison ministry the majority of my 59 years as a priest in Boston, in New York at Rikers Island, down here in this area at Bellamy Creek Prison in Ionia. And my fellow minister, Gary Clark, and I have been going out there once a month for about 13, 14 years. And the inmates are so grateful that we come. They know that we don't get any recompense for it, and they look forward to it. And one time, one of them said, "You know, Father, I don't think you realize how much your visits mean to us." Just the other day, I saw a fellow inmate, and I wasn't really being my best. And they reminded me, he said, "Don't forget, Bob, don't forget what Father said. Be a glimpse of God," okay? Another example that I feel very humbled by was when an elderly inmate with tears in his eyes said to me that just knowing me was worth his being in prison. I almost fell off my chair. I couldn't believe what my ears heard. You never know how you can be a glimpse of God and not even be aware of it. I like to close with a practical, timely suggestion in terms of how we can lay down our lives, and that is to lay down our cell phones, okay? When we're in the presence of another person. Maybe we're at the table at dinner, whatever. It's a common courtesy. It's a love in action. We know it's not easy. It's addictive. We all do it, huh? But what if we deliberately choose to be aware of that other person in our presence and choose to lay down that phone out of love? Little by little, we're invited to lay down our lives, to be shepherds, to be good shepherds, but mainly to let God be good shepherds through us, with us, in us, and in spite of us. It's not us doing it. Egos will take over if we have that attitude. It's letting God do it. And then gradually we will discover our true identity, which is to be a shepherd for others of love, and to be loving glimpses of God.